Excuse me. Trump is beating me in the polls.
Do not raise your voice to me, sir.
Trump is beating me in the polls.
Just calm down. Sir, our country is going through a very difficult time right now, and if you're not going to cooperate...
Trump is beating me in the polls.
Is there a problem here, sir?
Trump is beating me in the polls.
Calm down.
I'm losing. What is wrong with you people?
You people. Sir, I will not tolerate any racist behavior on the plane. This is a very difficult time for our country. Calm down.
I'm calm.
What's up, guys? Boy Benny. We have a pretty good memory on this program. It's our job, actually, to remember these kind of like funny little quirky cultural things. So remember that time when Barack Obama was joined on stage by two sexual predators and they needed to take a wheelchair lift for one of them to get onto the stage because he's so old and frail and dumb and stupid he doesn't know how to get onto a stage, and it looked like this. And no, it's actually real. This isn't the Hall of Presidents at Disney where you have animatronic Joe Biden. This is literally something that happened. Yeah. They made Joe Biden take the wheelchair lift to get onto the stage. Barack Obama, flanked by a couple of the world's foremost criminal predators on stage, a guy who was listed in Jeffrey Epstein's little black book or trial notes over 100 times, Bill Clinton, and Joe Biden, somebody who is, well, let's just say a monster, and it's all on camera, and you can see it, okay? Open your eyes. And there is a lot of eye-opening that's happening right now, because even though every single institution, presumably, and it seems like has been totally overtaken by the left right now, and the woke, that's not actually resulting in Joe Biden and anything good for Joe Biden. In fact, check this out. Joe Biden and Democrats raised $51 million in April, far less than Trump and the GOP at $76 million. So the GOP is now overtaking Joe Biden in the 2024 election haul for cash. That's not good for an incumbent president. President Joe Biden and the Democrat National Committee said on Monday that they raised more than $51 million in April, falling well short of the $76 million that Donald Trump and the Republican Party reported taking in the month. Biden's re-election campaign said it had $192 million cash on hand at the end of the last month, which it said is higher than any Democrat candidate in history. But it was also roughly the same amount that it reported having at the end of the first quarter in March 30, suggesting the campaign was spending funds as quickly as they raised them. April's totals will also down sharply from March. President's campaign, the DNC, announced taking more than $90 million. So Biden is beginning to decay, like before our very eyes. It looks like a formaldehyde corpse, actually. But like on the numbers, Joe Biden is decaying. Biden and his party routinely outraised his predecessor Trump, but his April haul was boosted by a record-setting $50 million campaign haul in a single event in Palm Beach. Doesn't matter. That's money in the bank, baby. And now Joe Biden, who already sucks with donors, is down big and down bad. The Biden campaign announced that raising $51 million in April, not down just from the $90 million in March, but $53 million in February. So this is like the lowest that they've raised all year. Cash on hand is flat. They still have a slight cash edge on the RNC. Jason Miller, the senior advisor to Donald Trump, saying effectively, down arrow. Biden political operation, significant decline. Oh no. The opposite of Bidenflation. Biden's fundraising slowed in April. Stockpile of available cash is larger than Trump's. Oh, okay. See the spin from CNN? You see the spin? See how it works? Yeah. The cash on hand. But like the GOP hasn't even begun. Like, so there was just new leadership at the RNC. They just got Laura Trump in in a new position, and things have changed, obviously, at the RNC. Also, Donald Trump just clinched the nomination a month ago. So the fusion of the RNC and the presumptive nominee, right, because he has all the delegates to become nominee, and Donald Trump's nominee, nobody else is running for president against Donald Trump, that just happened. That didn't have to happen for Joe Biden. So a lot of this stuff is just stupid. So this is kind of shocking, but it is married to a number of other really shocking articles like this one, the Washington Examiner. Liberals are sounding the alarm. Biden is losing. Here, ladies and gentlemen, from the Washington Examiner. President Joe Biden is trailing. Liberal pundits are increasingly saying that he has himself to blame. New York Times' Ezra Klein unfurled 7 theories as to why Biden is losing. The former President Donald Trump. The electorate hasn't turned on Democrats. A crucial group of voters has turned on Joe Biden. Biden is losing to Trump in states where Democrat Senate candidates are still ahead. The point where that Democrat is a Joe Biden problem, not a party-wide problem. Jonathan Chait wrote, okay, it sounds like a lot of cope, but whatever. I agree, I guess. Nobody likes Joe Biden. Regular mainstream Democrat candidates are holding up fine in the purple states. And this is why Democrats in those races, in some cases, are running away from Biden. If you go out there and do a focus group, the focus groups all say, he's 200 years old. You got to be kidding me. And the worst part about it is for unaffiliated voters and for people who haven't made up their minds, they look at this and say, you have to be kidding me. Those are our choices. And they indict us for not taking it seriously, said The Hill, quoted an unnamed Democrat senator saying. We'll see how much gravity we can defy, Senator aides and Democrat said, talking about how you cannot run anywhere near Joe Biden. Pretty bad. A USA Today op-ed begging Joe Biden to drop out of the race. Here we go. How Joe Biden can save America from Trump's return to the White House? Drop out of the race. Look at this from The Hill. Alarmed Democrats flee Biden's ailing brand in battleground states. It's happening all across the country. And again, Joe Biden can go down in history as the person who beat Donald Trump twice, the second time by stepping aside. Oh, no. Brutal. Biden's approval falling. Lowest level in nearly 2 years. Just savagery across the land. Biden's approval rating falls the lowest in 2 years. This is not great. Okay? Not great. Just real quick here. U.S. President Joe Biden, public approval rating this month fell to its lowest level in almost 2 years, tying for the lowest reading of his presidency in warning signs for his re-election effort, Reuters poll showed. The 4-day poll, which closed on Monday, showed just 36% of Americans approve of Joe Biden's job performance, down from 38%. Oh, man. He has a lower approval rating than when Donald Trump was fighting back COVID and, of course, the entire globalist machine. Trump's map edge, Biden has a tougher path to victory, veteran Dem senator says. Swing states that are expected to decide the 2024 presidential election are all swinging for Donald Trump. Ladies and gentlemen, the Electoral College favors Republicans. I don't buy that. That's not true. But the system is, by and large, fair, generally, and I would argue far more in favor of Democrats, where you can have like one single big city swing an entire state purple or blue, which is pretty much every single case. There's no such thing as a blue state. All cities are blue. And they rig states like Georgia, and they rig states like Wisconsin or Illinois. These states are completely swung on a knife's edge because of the cities. Pennsylvania is a good example of this. California is a good example of this. There are no really blue areas of these states. They're just single blue cities. You could argue that the Electoral College is actually deeply biased in favor of Democrats in that regard. Donald Trump leads Joe Biden in 5 of 6 swing states nonetheless. And some of the former Obama advisors are now trying to freak out. Axelrod says Michelle Obama is not going to run for president. David Axelrod now says that Joe Biden had better get going or get out of the race. Very dark polling for Joe Biden's reelection campaign, says David Axelrod. It's not going great. Axelrod says Biden has a 50-50 shot at the White House. This is, of course, the architect of the Obama runs for president. The guy clearly has a good pedigree with this stuff. He says you can't cheat nature. Yeah, this is what he's talking about, cheating nature. Look at this Visiting Angels ad. Nancy Pelosi and Joe Biden. Look at them. Just, so decrepit. Going off to play bingo and eat applesauce during activity hour in the nursing home. Who's turning on Joe Biden? Well, Obama aides. Former Obama aide sounds alarmed over frail and mumbly Biden. Warns his age is a very real issue. What will happen during the debates? What will happen in the debates? What's going to go on? What's going to happen? What are they going to give Joe Biden? We don't know exactly, but we do know this. All the tides are turning. And it's really, really exciting. And we're really, really proud of the work that Laura Trump's doing, proud of the work that the RNC is doing finally, and looking forward to seeing all of this come together. The energy is on our side. There isn't a single good piece of polling data out, and it's going to get worse. It's not going to get better. It's going to get worse. So buckle up. We got a debate next month. Here we go. Wind at our back. Time to win. You can help us win by liking, sharing, and subscribing to this channel. See ya.